Hello. Good morning. My name is Jeffrey Castro, and this is my testimony. I was born into a working class Catholic family, and my core beliefs were initially that. Childhood seemed like one of the greatest times of my life because I was blessed with an amazing family. We would go to church on Sundays until one day my mother decided not to go anymore. My father was a very strong, kind, and hardworking man. He never spoke much about God or his core beliefs, but he was a man that did the right thing. I looked up to him, and he was my hero. My doubts with God first began when my father got diagnosed with cancer, got fired from his job, and got hit with the 2008 housing crisis all in the same year. They told me I had 6 months to live, but he made it to 2 years. When he couldn't fight it anymore and passed away, that was when I went on full-on atheist, as I couldn't believe in a God that would allow an amazing human being to get hit with such a tragedy. I remember screaming and arguing with God. So I went down a pretty dark path for almost 15 years, questioning everything, committing some really bad sins, and binging in substance abuse. But even amidst the chaos, I always tried to do the right thing in his memory. It was like I had a voice in my mind that was guiding me, and I always attributed it to my father speaking from beyond the grave. Fast forward 14 years, I started to become agnostic as I wasn't quite sure what I believed in, but I wanted to believe in something. A very bizarre event occurred when my best friends Jason Brown and Brandon Mayoral both declared their faith at the same time with no connection whatsoever. Little did I know they would be a part of my journey to salvation. While I was neck deep in my vices for lust and alcohol, I still fought for a better life and ended up building a catering pizza company from the ground up with a close friend. About a year later, my ex-girlfriend came into my life. She got her life together and she had given herself to God. I remember the hairs on the back of my neck standing up as I couldn't believe that people who I cared about all separately declared their faith in the same year. So on February 15th at 3 in the morning, I called Jason Brown, basically letting it all out, and I cried like a baby. I asked him what time was Sunday service. I needed to find salvation, and God had been working through the people whom I loved and helped. I'll always remember the first time I went to church, and Pastor Richard gave a sermon that hit directly into my soul. That's when I was invited to Alpha, met some amazing people, and started my journey back to God. Alpha answered a lot of questions that I had about the Christian faith, and it was there I gave my life to Jesus. And now here I am, actively going to church and pursuing God one pizza at a time. The coincidences couldn't be classified as coincidences anymore. It was all God. I can't help but feel so blessed in this short amount of time. I'm definitely not the same man as I used to be. I was this rebellious guy who prided himself in punk rock and actively went against God. And now here I am, about to take knowing God and experiencing God because I can't get enough of our Heavenly Father. It's been one crazy ride, but I'm so excited and ready to fight another day for the glory of God. Invite someone to Alpha because it will change their life just like it did mine. Thank you.